90-Day Fiance, star Colt Johnson secretly married her secret girlfriend. Her girlfriend name is Tori. Tori is from Australia. And finally Colt Johnson's wife Tori pregnant. Colt Johnson revealed her second wife. I will explain everything. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Hello. Welcome everyone. Today, we're diving into an exclusive tale that's been hidden from the spotlight. Until now, it's the shocking secret marriage of 90-Day Fiance star Colt Johnson to his Australian girlfriend, Tori, and the even more surprising news of her pregnancy. This is a story of love, secrecy, and second chances that will leave you believing in the unexpected twists of fate. So, grab a snack, settle in, and let's unravel the journey of Colt and Tori. Colt Johnson first burst onto our screens in Season 6 of 90-Day Fiancé, a man with big dreams of love and an even bigger personality. His journey has been anything but ordinary, marked by passionate romances, dramatic breakups, and a roller coaster of emotions that kept us all hooked. From his stormy marriage to Larissa Lima to his quieter but equally challenging union with Vanessa Guerra, Colt's love life has been a public spectacle. But just when we thought we'd seen it all, Colt pulled off the ultimate surprise, a secret marriage to a woman named Tori from Australia. And if that wasn't enough, they're now expecting a child together. How did this happen? How did Colt keep it under wraps? Let's start at the beginning. To understand Colt's secret love story with Tori, we need to rewind to where it all began. Colt Johnson, a software engineer from Las Vegas, stepped into the reality TV world with a mission to find his happily ever after. In Season 6 of 90-Day Fiancé, he introduced us to Larissa Lima, a fiery Brazilian beauty who captured his heart and our attention. Their relationship was a whirlwind from the start. Colt was smitten, showering Larissa with affection, while his mother, Debbie, watched with a mix of hope and skepticism. Their wedding was a moment of triumph, but the cracks were already showing. Larissa's fiery temper clashed with Colt's laid-back nature, and their arguments became legendary. From petty disputes over flowers to explosive fights that landed Larissa in handcuffs, their marriage was a ticking time bomb. By 2019, it was over, divorce papers filed, accusations flying, and Colt left to pick up the pieces. Colt didn't give up on love. He returned to our screens with Jess Caroline, a vibrant Brazilian woman who brought a new spark to his life. But history has a way of repeating itself. Jess discovered Colt had been unfaithful with Vanessa Guerra, a friend he'd long claimed was just that, a friend. The betrayal ended things with Jess, but it opened the door to Vanessa. On 90-Day, The Single Life, we watched Colt and Vanessa's relationship evolve from friendship to something more. They eloped in Reno, Nevada, in a quiet ceremony that seemed to promise stability. But even that wasn't meant to last. Vanessa struggled with the pressures of Colt's past and the shadow of his reality TV fame. In a heart-wrenching moment, she told Colt she was no longer in love with him. She walked away, leaving Colt alone once again in his Las Vegas home, wondering if love would ever stick. It was a low point, a man who'd bared his soul on camera, only to face rejection time and again. But as Colt would soon discover, sometimes the darkest moments lead to the brightest new beginnings. Enter Tori, a stunning Australian woman who would change everything. It was late 2022, months after Vanessa's departure, when Colt found himself aimlessly scrolling through Instagram. He was in a funk, questioning his worth and his future. That's when he stumbled across Tori's profile. Her bio read, "Adventure seeker from down under," and her photos showed a radiant smile against the backdrop of Sydney's beaches. Something about her caught his eye, and on a whim, he liked one of her posts. Tori says, "I'd been a casual fan of 90-Day Fiancé * and recognized Colt right away. I'd always thought he seemed like a sweet guy who just needed someone to understand him. When I saw he liked my photo, I decided to reach out. I sent him a simple message. Hey Colt, hope you're doing okay after everything. Your journey's been wild." I didn't expect much, but he replied almost instantly. Colt. Tori's message was like a lifeline. I was feeling pretty low, and here was this kind, beautiful woman from halfway across the world reaching out. I wrote back, thanking her, and we just kept talking. Before I knew it, we were messaging every day about life, our favorite shows, even our cats. She had this warmth that pulled me in. What started as a friendly exchange quickly turned into something deeper. They graduated from messages to video calls, staying up late despite the time difference. Colt in Las Vegas, Tori in Sydney. Tori's Australian accent charmed Colt, and her down-to-earth nature made him feel seen in a way he hadn't before. For Tori, Colt's vulnerability and humor were a breath of fresh air. Colt: so, tell me about Australia. I've always wanted to visit. Kangaroos, beaches, the whole deal. Tori: oh, it's amazing. Sydney's got the best beaches, and the wildlife's unreal. You'd love it here. Maybe you should come see for yourself one day. Colt: maybe I will, sooner than you think. After months of virtual dates, Colt made a bold move. He booked a flight to Australia to meet Tori in person. It was a leap of faith, a chance to see if their connection could survive the real world. Colt: I'm nervous, I won't lie. What if she doesn't like me in person? But I've got a good feeling about this. Tori's special, and I need to find out where this could go. Tori: I've been counting the days. I hope he loves Australia as much as I love having him here. This feels like the start of something big. Colt: Tori, you're even more beautiful in person. Tori: you too, Colt. Welcome to ours. Their first meeting was electric. Over the next 2 weeks, they explored Sydney together. Bondi Beach, the Opera House, cozy cafes. They bonded over shared meals and late-night talks, discovering a chemistry that felt effortless. For Colt, it was a fresh start. For Tori, it was a love she hadn't expected to find. Those 2 weeks in Australia were a turning point. Colt and Tori weren't just testing the waters, they were diving in headfirst. They spent their days sightseeing and their nights dreaming about a future together. Colt found himself opening up in ways he never had before, and Tori saw a man ready to leave his past behind. Colt: these past few days have been unreal, Tori. I've never felt this comfortable with anyone. Tori: same here, Colt. It's like we've known each other forever. As their time together drew to a close, Colt realized he couldn't let Tori go. On their last night, he took her to a quiet beach, the waves crashing under a full moon. It was there, in that perfect moment, that he made a decision. Colt: Tori, these 2 weeks have been the best of my life. I know it's fast, but I can't imagine going back to Vegas without you in my world. Will you marry me? Tori: yes, Colt, 1,000 times yes. Colt: proposing to Tori felt right. Like everything I'd been through led me to her. I was scared, but more than that, I was sure. Tori: when Colt asked me to marry him, my heart just said yes. I didn't care how fast it was. I knew he was my person. The proposal wasn't the end, it was the beginning. Colt extended his stay in Australia, and they began planning a life together. But with Colt's history of public relationships, they decided to keep their next step a secret from the world. Colt and Tori didn't waste time. Just days after the proposal, they tied the knot in a small, secret ceremony on an Australian beach. It was intimate, just Tori's closest friends, no cameras, no fanfare. They wanted their love to be theirs alone, free from the scrutiny that had defined Colt's past. Colt: Tori, I promise to love you, to support your dreams, and to be your partner through every adventure life throws at us. Tori: Colt, I promise to stand by you, to laugh with you, to build a life full of love and happiness, together. The ceremony was simple but profound, a promise sealed by the sea. Colt wore a suit he'd bought in Sydney, and Tori glowed in a dress she picked with her sister. They signed the papers, and just like that, Colt Johnson had a new wife, a secret second wife the world knew nothing about. Debbie: so how was Australia? You've been awfully quiet about it. Colt: it was great, Mom. Met some amazing people. I'll tell you more soon, I promise. Keeping the marriage under wraps wasn't easy. Colt returned to Las Vegas, leaving Tori to start her visa process. He dodged Debbie's questions, avoided social media hints, and kept his new ring hidden. Meanwhile, Tori faced her own challenges, preparing to leave Australia and join Colt in America. Tori: it's bittersweet, you know. I'm excited to be with Colt, but leaving home is hard. Sister says, you're following your heart, Tori. That's what matters. He's lucky to have you. The distance tested them, but their late-night calls kept them connected. Colt sent Tori little gifts: a Vegas keychain, a photo of his cat, and she mailed him Australian treats like Tim Tams. They were building a marriage in secret, brick by brick, against all odds. Fan: hey, aren't you Colt from * 90 Day Fiancé? Colt: no, just look like him, I guess. There were close calls, fans spotting Colt, rumors swirling online, but they held their secret tight. It was a delicate balance, one that would soon face an even bigger test. Love may conquer all, but bureaucracy? That's another story. Tori's visa application hit snag after snag delays, missing documents, endless waiting. Months passed, and the newlyweds were forced to stay apart, their dream of a shared life on hold. Tori: another delay. They need more proof of our relationship now. It's ridiculous. Colt: we'll get through this, babe. I'll send whatever they need, photos, letters, anything. Colt threw himself into helping, even as he juggled life back home. But the secrecy was wearing thin, especially with Debbie growing suspicious. Debbie: Colt, I saw a photo online. Some girl in Australia with you. Who is she? Colt: Mom, I was going to tell you. Her name's Tori. We're married. Debbie: married? When? Why didn't you say anything? Colt: I wanted to protect it, Mom. After everything with Larissa and Vanessa, I needed this to be different. And she's pregnant. Debbie: a baby? Oh, Colt, I'm happy for you, but I wish you trusted me. Debbie's acceptance was a breakthrough, but it came with new pressures. Colt had to prepare her, and himself, for Tori's arrival. Meanwhile, Tori faced her own adjustments, grappling with leaving her Australian roots. Colt: okay, I'm trying this Vegemite stuff you sent. Here goes. Colt: it's like salty tar. How do you eat this? Tori: you'll get used to it, love. Wait till I make you a proper Aussie brekkie. These light moments kept them grounded, but the road ahead was still rocky. They were building a life across continents, one step at a time. Just when Colt and Tori thought their lives couldn't get more complicated, fate threw in a wild card. It was early 2023, and Tori was alone in her Sydney apartment when she took a pregnancy test, more out of curiosity than expectation. Tori: no way, I'm pregnant. Tori: Colt, I've got news. You might want to sit down. Colt: what's up? You okay? Tori: I'm pregnant. We're having a baby. Colt: really? Oh my God, Tori, I'm gonna be a dad. Colt's reaction was pure joy, tears streaming down his face as the news sank in. For Tori, it was a mix of excitement and nerves, knowing their secret marriage was about to get even bigger. Colt: I've been reading baby books. Did you know they can hear us in there? I'm gonna talk to the little one every day. Tori: you're adorable, Colt. I can't wait to see you as a dad. Colt dove into fatherhood prep with a passion. Baby-proofing, online prenatal classes, even picking out tiny outfits. It was a new side of him, one shaped by love, and a chance to rewrite his story. Doctor: there's your baby, healthy and growing. Colt: that's our kid. I love you, Tori. Tori: love you too. The pregnancy made their separation harder, but it also gave them purpose. They were no longer just a couple. They were a family in the making. By mid-2023, Colt and Tori had kept their marriage and pregnancy hidden for nearly a year. But with Tori's visa finally approved and her move to Vegas imminent, Colt decided it was time to share their joy. The post hit Instagram like a bombshell. Fans flooded the comments. Colt's married again? Who's Tori? Baby Colt incoming. It went viral, racking up thousands of likes and shares overnight. Colt, why keep it a secret for so long? Colt. My past relationships were so public, every fight, every breakup on display. With Tori, I wanted to build something real first, away from all that noise. Tori, how did you handle joining Colt's world? Tori, it was daunting, but Colt made it easy. We're a team, and now with the baby coming, it's all worth it. The reveal wasn't just a headline, it was a statement. Colt was no longer the guy defined by drama. He was a husband, soon a father, ready to embrace this new life. As Colt and Tori prepare for their baby's arrival, they're stronger than ever. They've overcome distance, secrecy, and doubt to build a love that's uniquely theirs. Tori settled into Vegas life, and Colt's found peace in a way he never thought possible. Colt, we're really doing this, huh? Tori, yep, and I wouldn't change a thing. Their story is a testament to second chances, proof that love can find you when you least expect it. They've talked about starting a family vlog, maybe even returning to 90-Day Fiancé to share this chapter. For now, they're focused on the little one who'll soon complete their family. More update. 90-Day Fiancé. Courtney confesses she caused Colt's accident. And Colt used Courtney for his recovery phase and then cheated on her? And Elise and Courtney embarrassed over hunt for love drama. T's messy tell with unexpected guests. I will explain everything. 90-Day Fiancé. Courtney introduced herself as Colt's wife in the hospital. Got secretly married? It would appear that Courtney Reardons is head over heels for Colt Johnson. Ever since his unexpected hospitalization, she has been continually weeping and praying for his recovery. The 90-Day Fiancé actress feels responsible for the injuries sustained by her co-star. As soon as they met on Hunt for Love, Colt and Courtney hit it off. The former made an effort to discuss potential avenues of inquiry with his co-star. Their bond was observed by many, who liked the spark between them. But everything was thrown upside down when Colt had his unforeseen accident and hurt his leg. For immediate medical attention, he was transferred to a hospital. So, Courtney opted to accompany him through his most challenging period. When she came on the television and introduced herself as his wife, the viewers couldn't believe it. Is he the center of her universe? And why did she say that? On Hunt for Love, Courtney Reardons and Colt Johnson became fast friends. It was comforting for the former to witness the latter's unwavering support. Therefore, upon seeing her co-star on the floor, the 90-Day Fiancé celebrity burst into tears. While recounting the event, Courtney sobbed uncontrollably and held herself completely responsible. Her true feelings for Colt were questioned by Usman later on. Right now, he was wondering if she would be interested in going on a date with him. Given the gravity of his injuries, Reardons reasoned that she would accept his offer because turning him down at this point would be inappropriate. To save his feelings, she refrained. But the reality TV personality couldn't say for sure if she had romantic feelings for him. Fans still thought Courtney was unsure of herself emotionally. Ever since Colt's injury, Courtney Reardons has been somewhat emotional. In her Hunt for Love posts, she keeps telling supporters that he is doing better. Everything that has transpired since the disaster was recently discussed by the reality TV personality. Courtney confided on her co-stars by spending time with them. She came clean about how her physicians had transferred her from Tulum to Playa del Carmen so she could take advantage of the improved infrastructure there. In the same leg that he fractured a few years back, Colt suffered complicated damage. Because of this, the local hospital was not equipped to provide the treatment. To prevent internal bleeding, they had to transfer him delicately from one hospital to another. Courtney was too worn out from dealing with the aftermath of her co-star's injury. She said that only relatives were being let into the room by the doctors. A member of 90-Day Fiancé revealed, "We've been telling the hospital I'm his wife, so I could go in the rooms with him." With Colt out of commission, Reardons was unable to use the event as a distraction or to meet new people. At this particular time, she confessed, it feels like nothing matters to her. The reality TV personality continued by discussing how Colt had begged her to inform his mother, Debbie. Just in case he passed away while under anesthesia, the latter left his final message for his mom. The admirers couldn't help but notice Courtney's genuine concern for Colt and her endearing personality. Others, meanwhile, thought she was being dramatic. 90-day fiancé. Courtney confesses she caused Colt's accident. At long last, the secret is out. The star of 90-day fiancé, Courtney, has come clean about her role in Colt's accident and hospitalization. Yet there's more. The famous person went on to detail what led up to Colt's second broken leg. Suddenly, Courtney is letting go and spitting forth some stunning information. Fans are still trying to gather themselves after she stepped up to the plate and accepted full responsibility. Is that so? Just what is going on here? Where is Colt now? To get a better understanding of this debate, continue reading. You can't have 90-day fiancé without a Colt and leg injuries. Colt always winds up in the hospital whenever they get together. Once again, the celebrity fractured his leg while filming Hunt for Love. An ambulance apparently sped into the resort in the episode, shocking the entire cast. The stars quickly noticed that Colt wasn't the one lying on the stretcher, clearly in a great deal of pain. The second one said that he was being brought to the hospital after breaking his leg. Nonetheless, based on the present situation, it seems that Colt is doing fine, since multiple images of him have been making the rounds online recently. In the most recent episode of 90-Day Fiancé, Hunt for Love, a medical emergency was featured. When Tiffany, Jennifer, Tim, and others noticed that an ambulance was taking Colt, they hurried over. They couldn't believe what had happened and demanded to know what had caused Courtney to cry so hard. It seems the latter disclosed that Colt initially visited her room for breakfast in the morning. But it was raining heavily, and Colt tripped and fell on the way back to his room. While everything was happening, Courtney panicked and didn't witness the fall. She revealed with tears in her eyes. She was crushed since she thought she was responsible for his downfall. While sobbing uncontrollably, Courtney informed Jennifer that she was in a terrible place emotionally. Everyone was doing what they could to reassure Courtney. They told her that Colt would be all right and would return soon. Nonetheless, Courtney was clearly blaming herself and should have known better. Several admirers went so far as to say she accompanied Colt while he was healing in a Reddit thread. But supposedly things went wrong, and they split up. Multiple sources have verified that Colt ultimately fractured the identical bone he had previously broken. They supposedly lived together so Courtney could take care of him, but their relationship didn't endure. Therefore, it would be intriguing to discover the reasons behind their split. Colt used Courtney for his recovery phase and then cheated on her? The public's reaction to 90-Day Fiancé star Colt Johnson's severe leg injury has been more negative than supportive. Much of the criticism stems from his interactions with Courtney, both during and after his rehabilitation. Yes, it appears that the celebrity cheated on her after using the latter while he was recovering. Yet there's more. In the wake of Colt's catastrophic injury, fans are discovering some disturbing facts regarding their relationship. Just what is going on here? Are they still a couple? Has Courtney been unfaithful to her? This topic is heating up, so if you want to know some stunning information, you'll have to keep reading. Even after fracturing his leg again, 90-Day Fiancé star Colt Johnson was unable to suppress his emotions. It would appear that he was captivated by his doctor and couldn't tear his gaze away from her. The famous person admitted to the cameras that he had romantic feelings for his doctor. "She is the most stunning doctor he has ever seen," he said. To top it all off, Courtney could see it all unfold before her very eyes. She recalled how, despite his discomfort, Colt was genuinely praising his doctor. Courtney was taken aback when the latter informed his doctor about how stunning her eyes were. She couldn't help but question his mental health and how he managed to pull that off. There was undeniable chemistry between Colt and Courtney on 90-Day Fiancé, Hunt for Love. Their connection was obvious when the former admitted his feelings for the latter. Yet there's more. Usman seems interested in Johnson, and Colt and him have been vying for Courtney's attention. While everything was going on, other people spoke forward and said that Courtney was the one who looked after Colt while he was healing. At first, the former thought the latter had been hurt because of her. Therefore, she was so distraught that she sobbed uncontrollably as Colt was transported to the hospital. It would appear, nevertheless, that they are no longer a couple. A recent Reddit discussion asserted that Courtney did whatever it took to ensure Colt's well-being, but she was duped in return. It would appear that the original poster asserted that Johnson had cheated on Courtney and then moved on. It went on to say that after Colt got better, he left Courtney not long after. Some viewers are skeptical of the story, but others think this is definitely Colt. He has been the target of accusations of infidelity after his relationship with Vanessa also fizzled out. This has further strengthened the storyline, suggesting that Colt might have been unfaithful to Courtney. Many viewers are now curious as to whether or not this shambles will be featured on the show. Are you in agreement? Colt falls in love with someone else in front of Courtney. Colt Johnson, star of 90 Day Fiancé, is determined to keep fighting for what's right in his relationship. He has developed a true bond with Courtney, yet his heart is still open to new experiences. The second woman apparently couldn't believe her eyes when she witnessed Colt making advances at another woman. Yeah, you heard it correctly. In the presence of someone other than Courtney, Colt developed feelings for and nearly fell in love with someone else. He was confronted by the latter, who is still perplexed by his actions. Is that so? Just what is going on here? So, who is this new lady that Colt is seeing? Here are some stunning details concerning this controversy. The tea is pretty hot right now, so be sure to keep reading. Famous 90 Day Fiancé actor Colt Johnson suffered a life-threatening injury and was airlifted to the hospital. He apparently slipped on the floor while going to eat breakfast with Courtney. After the celebrity shattered her femur bone for the second time, he lost control of the situation. During the emergency transfer of Colt to the hospital, Courtney sobbed uncontrollably. She questioned whether the latter's pitiful condition was due to her actions, but the rest of the cast did their best to reassure her that it had been an accident and that she shouldn't be upset. The audience also noticed that Courtney was completely unrelated to Colt's mishap. Colt was the reason an ambulance was hurriedly brought into the resort in 90 Day Fiancé, Hunt for Love. Neither of them could move. The latter was in excruciating agony. Seeing his doctor, though, alleviated all of his suffering. Colt couldn't tear his gaze away from the stunning woman who had come to give him a shot. Colt was captivated by the doctor's gaze, even though she wore a mask. According to the latter, he had never encountered a doctor so stunning in his entire life. He freely acknowledged that he couldn't help but have a true attraction to his doctor. In spite of being in excruciating pain, Colt couldn't help but fixate on the doctor, leading him to question his sanity. However, this tragedy has a more alarming aspect. It would appear that Colt had no qualms about making out with his doctor while Courtney watched. As she attended to Colt, she explained to the camera he was occupied praising his doctor even as she placed a handkerchief on his forehead. When Courtney thought back on it, she remembered how Colt had complimented her eyes to his doctor. Her thoughts reeled, and she questioned whether Colt was sane. After Colt had expressed interest in other ladies at the resort, all of this happened. He said that he had feelings for Chantal. After that, he felt the same way about Courtney. Because it won't stop exploring, the celebrity's heart can't find peace. Are you in agreement? Please inform us in the space provided. Elise and Courtney embarrassed over Hunt for Love drama. Tease messy tell with unexpected guests. The drama on 90 Day Fiancé is far from ended, so viewers best have extra popcorn on hand. Brand new, chaotic, tell-all section featuring dramatic showdowns and surprise guests is almost here, as fans have come to anticipate from the franchise. Fans are already begging for more mayhem in Hunt for Love, which has become the most dramatic installment in the series so far. Because of their courageous and frank thoughts, Elise and Courtney gained a lot of attention. Due to their unrepentant behavior, the pair developed an unbreakable friendship, and spectators adored witnessing every moment of it. Reality TV star just gave fans a sneak peek at the upcoming tell-all episode, which promises turmoil, entertainment, and drama. Courtney and Elise also spoke candidly about their experiences on the show. When the episodes air, what can viewers anticipate? How will it stand out from the crowd? When word got around the resort that Elise and Rob had slept together, she was very angry. She vented her anger at Courtney, Colt, Tiffany, and Chantal as they were talking. The star of 90 Days was furious that her reputation had been tarnished and that she had been accused of having an affair with her co-star. Thus, Tiffany recounted the incident of the day she overheard Rob in the company of a woman in his room. At first, she thought it was Elise too. The reality TV star was somewhat aback to learn that it was Jen though. The two of them could be exposed by Elise's actions. During their session together, she addressed Jen. Interestingly, the second one unintentionally said that having sex with someone isn't required if you sleep with them. Following the disclosure of their little secret, Jen and Rob became mortified. After making an appearance on Hunt for Love, Elise and Courtney became famous. The former encountered criticism at first because to her lack of filtering. The backlash she received for standing up to Rob and Jen was actually a form of praise for her strength of character. Fans also adored Courtney for her knack for causing trouble and gathering rumors. Talking about their impending tell-all, the two women recently spoke with Access Hollywood. For Elise, the upheaval with Rob and Jen had left her feeling a mix of humiliated, mortified, thrilled, and unpredictable. Standing up for herself, nevertheless, was something of which she felt pleased. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.